Okay, first up is Terra, and this is looking good. Um, let's take a closer look. I'll start with the shoes, and at first glance they look okay, but what I think you're missing is a lot of the holding edges that kind of keep the sharper shape when you're in smooth preview mode. So I'm going to do Control Shift X to get my multi-cut tool and put in some holding edges, that is edges close to the other edges that keep them kind of sharper when you're in smooth preview. Maybe one here. Might even do one here. And then we can do a quick comparison side by side with the other one. And can you see the difference in the look of this to that? Same issue with the heel, although there does seem to be something. Okay, so that's a little tricky in that up on this heel, this edge got really close to the other one, so I double clicked on that one to select it, and then I'm going to deselect. I'm holding down Control, whoops, all of these, so I just have the ones on the heel there, and then I'm going to do Shift right mouse click, slide edge, and middle mouse drag, and see if I can, yeah, whoops, just spread that out a little bit because it got a bit too tight. I feel like there's another one in here, yeah, that maybe that could be moved down some. So those got placed a little too close together. Whoops. Make sure I use Control to deselect those. And Shift right mouse click, slide edge. That one doesn't want to slide. There's something funny going on here that's concerning me. Let me just double check that wasn't something I did. Just reopening the file. There is something, yeah, there is sort of like an extra edge here that's kind of, oh, but it's just on the heel. Okay, that's so it wasn't necessarily from me putting in those holding edges. There was something here to begin with. If you can see that, there's that. It looks like some extrude was done that. So select all the way around there, and then I might hold down D and V. Just middle mouse drag there. Oops, let's try that. Yeah. Then scale that down, then I can kind of reveal that edge. Okay, so now that I see that there, I can see what's going on a little bit better. And now let's go back in and add in my holding edges. Control Shift X, hold down the Control key. So I've already kind of got an extra edge there. Although I might do with one more. And, oh, there's something going on here as well. What is this? Whoops. Hmm. Something going on with this guy. Okay. Yeah, it's just sort of overlapping a little bit, but I think it's alright now that I've moved this out some. Anyway, let's add in some holding edges. So, and once again, let's do that side by side comparison here with these two, and yeah, you can see the heel needs some work as well. I like to switch to one that is rough mode because a lot and kind of go back and forth because that's where you see what's sort of really going on with the surface, if you know what I mean. Um, I've got symmetry on, it looks like, which is working okay. So I might, kind of round out the back of this a bit. Um, and then if you want, more of a corner here, I can either add an edge or move these closer together. I think I might add an edge. Oh, that's gonna go a little berserk, huh? Sure don't like that. It's like adding one. Way too much there. That's interesting. It's like we've turned a corner somewhere. So what I might do instead is take, like, say these guys. I've got symmetry on, and just move them closer to this. And then we got more of that corner to the heel. Like that. Maybe some of these edges could slide a little bit. Shift right mouse click, slide edge. Spread those out a bit. Just to kind of improve the topology here, even it out a bit. Yeah, and then I'm going to isolate this shoe real quick. Oh, why did it do that? Oh, because I had those verts selected. There we go. Just get everything else out of the way. And there's some funniness in here, so I'm going to try to clean this up. Alright. And then again, yeah, I don't like how this lip is shaped so much. Just could use some attention. Kind of trying to even it out a bit. And then maybe, put a holding edge, at least on the inside here. Control Shift X. A little bit better. Might need oops. Might need another edge here. Okay, once again, let's compare that with its neighbor. You're getting some more of those harder edges and better shapes. So let's take a look at the pants. It looks like something went berserk down here. You can see there's some weirdness in there, and then also if we look at this area here is problematic. So let's move some of this over. here, and could probably isolate this as well. Oh, yeah, that's looking a bit whack. Yeah, you really got to go back and forth between rough and smooth, and you can see, oh, it went kind of crazy, right? So let's get one roughly in the middle here, and Control Shift X. Ooh. Ooh, this is bad too. When you see this, see that? See how there's two edges? One, two. Whenever you see that, grab this vertice. Oh, I'm going to turn off mirror symmetry because this is not a symmetrical object and it's going funny. So if you see that, like an extra point in the middle of an, why am I in edge side? I didn't mean to have that on. So to get rid of that, don't just do a regular delete. Do Shift right mouse click delete vertex. Oh yeah, look. So what you had done is you deleted an edge. I see. I think there used to be um, one going down the middle, and you've deleted that, and that's why there's leftover vertices. And if you ever do delete an edge, use that Shift right mouse click delete edge. But see, we still have the verts here, but not the edges. So I'm just gonna actually kind of just connect these existing, put back the edge you apparently deleted. So we have that central line again. Oops, where are we here? It's a little confusing. Yeah, because this went kind of berserk. And maybe here? Okay, so we've got that central line again now, and now I will attempt to, yeah, but everything's a little out of whack. I'm gonna try to pick one half of this, and this was the messed up pant leg, so we'll just get close here, and then, whoops, let's do faces. Then I'm gonna have to really go in and well, I'm just holding down Shift, and that kind of swaps my selection there. So I'm going to delete off this half. Then let's get in here and, oh, I think I'm missing one here. Okay. So if that's the center line, I think we want to get rid of this whole row. Is that right? Well, either way, this will help us clean it up. Okay. And then, I might work on this shape a bit, fixing some of this stuff that happened here. Just kind of, getting this shape to be less tangled. Yeah, you can see there's whole stuff that's kind of almost been like turned inside out. I don't like this. Something's gone wrong here. Okay, what happened here? Oh, is it just that this should be here? And that's the problem. Okay, and that should be along the center line. Okay, anyways, you could certainly put more time into this, but you get the idea, is just to sort of untangle everything so that the shape is kind of sound. Anyway, I'm not going to do this all day long. So, but the point of the story was to get this to a point where we could mirror it and have like a proper working shape again. So I'm going to select this, shift double click here. Front view, let's deselect all of those on top, and I should just have this border edge here, and let's try moving those X to 0. Is that going to work? So that should all be in a perfectly straight line. Let's check it in the front view. Okay, that's looking good, exactly along the center line. Okay, so now we can try to mirror again. And there's still, stuff to fix, but again, I don't want to spend all day on this. So, can try using our regular old mirror thing. Shift right mouse click mirror. Combine with original, merge border vertices across the x-axis. This would be positive because we're in the negative side here, and then we're going over to the positive. Let's see how that works. Okay, it did this weird thing in the middle, so we need to decrease the merge threshold to, let's try like 0.01. Okay, and see how we're looking now. So now we have, a clean, symmetrical pants to continue on with. And then now you can kind of get back to properly shaping this. You can be using symmetry, and now you can work on the shape. But before, it was so messed up that you couldn't use that. So let's see, anything else? This is looking pretty good. I think you could spend some more time on the shape of this, maybe kind of round that out a little bit more. Always be looking at it in rough mode as well as smooth, kind of going back and forth. Look how sharp that front is. I would move those back, and oops, I meant to hold down the control key to deselect. Anyways, you just kind of need to move the points around and sort of love on it for a while. So I think that's all coming along well. Here's Tara's hand, and this is quite nice, actually. I think this is really good. There's some stuff going on here. It's got a little chunky. I might try sculpt tool, double click, kind of dock that here, outsider outliner. Oh no, I don't like this one. I like the sculpt geometry tool is the one I'm more comfortable with. And this smooth right here, I'll hold down B and make the brush smaller, and then I'm just gonna try to use that to clean up some of the sort of garbled shapes here. I mean, you can get some of your creases back in afterwards, but I'm just kind of softening all that because it got a little, just sort of, I don't know what better word to use, sort of garbled up there. And this is kind of softening and straightening that all out. So, and then you can now go back in and maybe add some creases there. Maybe here a bit and over here. Maybe you want to add a little bit more shape to the wrist because there's not that much of a transition between the palm and the wrist. I might make this, well, while we're in this tool, let's pull out here a bit. Oh, way too big. What, max displacement, 0.1. I'm just kind of pulling out a little bit there. Maybe here a bit. Push back in the middle. I'm probably going too far here, clearly, but let's smooth it again. Don't like this triangle situation here. How did that happen? Maybe if we do Control Shift X and go like that, then we can select the edges, shift right mouse click, delete edge. That looks better. That. Another triangle here. How did that happen? I don't like how it's all bunched up over here also. I guess that's okay. Maybe if I turn this here, can I then go all the way around? I'm not sure. Control Shift X. So, and then shift right mouse click, delete edge, and then that's doing like a full loop around again. Where does this end up? I wouldn't have thought it would do a loop when I have this five-sided face here. Well, then maybe I can take out this one. Yeah, that seems better. And then just slide the... another triangle thing over here now. Jeez. I feel like I'm just kind of chasing this stuff around the surface. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I don't know how we ended up with all these triangles. Control Shift X. I feel like I'm just moving where the triangle is rather than getting rid of it. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, maybe if I do this now. Oops. Get rid of this one, and then if I go all the way out to the end here and then connect that up, then I think I might have gotten rid of those. Oh, there's one here too? Jeez. Anyway, so you might want to chase some of those around and then and this is kind of, try to smooth that out. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good hand. I just think, yeah, I think you're sort of the thing that got the metatarsals in there continues along to the wrist, and you don't want that. You want that smoothed out. I might even just you know, delete off this whole wrist area, get this all straightened out. I think I did that in the video, didn't I? Like where if I take these out, and I might take this edge, first get it flat this way. Oh, am I in some kind of slide thing? Okay. So that's straighter now, and then take this top half of this and start by flattening those out. Wait, why is that not scaling? Oh, why is it picking every other? There we go. I just didn't have a good selection. And then maybe select this with like a soft select. I hit B and scale that up some, and then I can get, you know, maybe a bit of a curve to it, but I could shape that better. But let's sort of repeat for the bottom here. Let's kind of B toggles on and off, soft select. And then, you know, I could round this out a bit. And then take that edge and screw that back. I mean, it still needs some cleanup, but it's a little bit better. A couple of divisions in there. I don't have, at least I don't have that like really bumpy thing. I think it needed more shaping, but at least you get the idea. You can clean that up. All right, good stuff. Next up, I've got Sam, and it looks like you're, whoops. Looks like you're still working on the hands, so they look a little flat here, but I would just say keep going on that. Not much to critique there. And continuing with Sam. This is looking okay, but it looks like you haven't finished the neck yet, so, or the kind of edges on the wrist. So I would go in and continue to work on that. Maybe round this out a little bit. I wonder if circular eyes would work on that. Let's also try to turn symmetry on. And where is that circular eyes thing? Yeah, pretty good. And then you could kind of scale that in a bit. Maybe I'll try that on this one too. Just to kind of round that out some. That's nice. Yeah, so keep working on this and, you know, shape the top of those pants and put the sort of cuffs and stuff in. Let's see what's going on with these shoes. Yeah, I mean, you know, making progress, but much like I showed in the first video, let's get some holding. Why does that look weird? Some holding edges. And then, you know, shape this more. I mean, mostly you just need to keep going. Kind of round this out. Let me try to use soft select on that, see if I get a better result. That's kind of messing up the, what's going on with the back here. Why is that thin? I think something got messed up when you did this because that shouldn't be like razor thin there. How are we gonna fix that now? Just isolating selection. So the other should be, you know, this edge should continue around the back. There's no super easy way of doing this. Guess what I would do is, let's Control Shift X, get the multi-cut tool. That's not quite what I wanted because this should have the same edge as all of those. Like here to here. Oh, it's on symmetry, so it doesn't want me to do that, so let's turn that off. I'm just holding down W and turning that off to get that marking menu. And then let's get this back and, oh, that's interesting. I don't know why there's this, I don't know, maybe I did that extra vertex here. Ooh, and there's one up here. Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's not so great. How did this happen? I am inclined to take all of these, whoops, out, and let's try this again. Yeah, just kind of stepping back a little bit, and then maybe this. So yeah, this is the way to do it, is to take all that out. Now I can take the whole top edge here all the way around and extrude that inward. You know, something like that. We've still got all these extra edges here. Okay, let's clean that up first. I'm going to make sure I delete twice so I lose that extrude edge, otherwise I end up with an edge with zero length. Where's the, oh, there's one. Okay, let's just take a look at the vertices along here. Oh, I can see them here. So select this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Shift right mouse click, delete vertex. Huh, come on. Delete. Why was it not? Okay, that's better. Anything? Oh, got those on the back too. Where did those come from? Can't I do multiple ones of these at a time? No. Wants to do one at a time. How annoying. Okay, now. Yeah, look, it selects all the way around now too. That's much better. Extrude edge. Let's see what happens if we just kind of push that in. Is that doing anything weird? Maybe scaling in's better. Seems like it. Then extrude edge again, and click that, and then move that down. Okay, so now we've got a much cleaner thing to work from. And now you can add back in some of those holding edges I was talking about before. You know, to get this shape, and then probably round this out here. I don't know why my it's like I must be hitting something that's changing my transform constraints. Just kind of rounding this out a bit. Maybe a holding edge around here. Oops, something's gone wrong there. Did I just do that? I don't know how I managed to do that. Oh yeah, look at that. Whoops. What in goodness names happened here? Oh, I still... I don't know. Oh, weird. I wonder if that was there before. I feel like it must have been. Wow. Yeah, there's some just really weird stuff happening with this. Okay. I think there might have been some extra edges there before. Yeah, look at that. Ah, that is not helping the situation. Because we've got these. Let's try to do a mesh cleanup and see if it gets rid of some of that. Mesh cleanup, and let's make sure we've got that checked, this checked. That worked okay. How about, that did something bad. Okay, let's see if that got rid of these. Yeah, it did. Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might, before I do that inside stuff, I might work on this shape more. I might use soft select for this. Maybe make it little, hold down the B key, round out the front of that. Maybe then these don't look so good. And then grab that top edge and we should be okay now. Turn off soft select with B, shift right mouse click, extrude edge. Let's try pulling that in now, and we don't have any of that weirdness from before. Shift right mouse click, extrude edge again. What did I do? Oh no. Let's try that again. Okay, so I just have the one, so extrude edge, pull that in a little bit, shift right mouse click, extrude edge again, click this, and move it down. And now we have a more sound shape to work from. I'll put in those holding edges, Control Shift X for the multi-cut tool, hold down Control, grab that, maybe one here, check it in Smooth Preview. I kind of don't like that shape. I might have reworked that first a little bit. You need your holding edges more for this. We can try see if symmetry is working, and Control Shift X for the multi-cut tool. Okay, and you're getting that corner there, and now I'll kind of spread these out a bit. Shift right mouse click. Okay, so symmetry is not working for those right now. Let's undo that back because I did something weird here. Oh yeah, that made an extra edge there. That's not good. So let's just do it one at a time. I'll turn symmetry off. So that'll give you that corner, and then we're going to need to take these edges and slide those in. Shift right mouse click, slide edge, kind of balance that out up there, but then you can still have a little bit more of the corner at the bottom. And yeah, maybe another holding edge. Whoops, not there. Here. Kind of keep that a little bit better. And let's compare this now with the other shoe. Object mode. Why are we still seeing the... There we go. So you're seeing you're getting a little bit better edges, a little more shape to the heel than on that one. There's something goofed up over here. I'm wondering if that's some... I can see, yeah, this is looking a little messed up. And I'm not sure exactly what the story is. But yeah, it's like there's some... Oh, look, there's a big hole in it. Not quite sure how that happened. But let's take out this whole row here. And then I'd probably take this edge and this edge. And let's see if we can do a bridge to get those back together. Nope. So what I'll probably do instead then is get rid of this guy here. Entirely, and then let's fill hole with this bottom part. Shift right mouse click, fill hole, and then you'll have to put back in your edges. Because this is now a many-sided face. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. I'm wondering how that happened. Let's see if we can take this out for now. Shift right mouse click, delete edge. And let's get this to be flat. I'm just gonna scale it flat first, and then, whoops. And then in the right view, I guess, hold down X and snap that to the ground. And then I'll have to put those edges back in because otherwise this is a many-sided face. So Control Shift X, this one to that one, this one to that one, here to here. And so that's sound again, and so now you can start putting back in those holding edges to give that some shape. Oh. What's it doing? It's being funny. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's starting to hold that shape there, and you can put in the corners now that things are working. And always go back and forth between looking at it smooth and looking at it rough, so you can see what's sort of really going on with the surface, and watch out for anything that's kind of sticking out too far, like that thing. That kind of thing tends to cause problems. I don't know why my transform constraints keep turning on. So yeah, keep going on those shoes. Anything else? Pants are looking good. You just need to shape the top more, and put in the cuffs and the collar and shape that neck more, like in the video. So keep going with that. You're a little pinched in the back here. I would spread this out some, See if symmetry is working here. And probably do soft select for this and make that a bit bigger, and then move these guys out some. Just sort of spread this out. Get this a little more shaped, and then and then just continue with the videos for the neck and the wrists and all that kind of stuff. All right, good work. Keep going. So this is Zerong, and I was having a problem with bridging the shoulder, and it was a bit confusing. Sometimes what I do is kind of turn on the heads-up display, polygon display, heads-up display, poly count, and then I can double click here and I see that there's 12 edges, and then if I double click here, one kind of warning sign is that this isn't going all the way around, and so I'm having to double click a few times. And also now I see it says 19 edges, although if I manually count these around, it sure looks like 12. So then I started to look at these, and like I pulled this one out and see these extra edges and faces here. So you probably at one point did an extrude edge and then didn't move it. So hopefully, let's see if Mesh Cleanup will fix that for you. Mesh Cleanup, and then I'm going to turn on Lamina Faces, Non-Manifold, Faces with Zero Geometry, Faces with Zero Map Area, and apply. Ooh, did something bad. Okay, let's try it without that Faces with Zero Map Area and see if that solved our situation here or not. It seems to have solved that situation there. And let's try to select, see, now I can select the loop, and now it says 12. So I think that solved the problem. So now we can grab this one, shift right mouse click, bridge, yay. Add your division or two, and then you can shape the shoulder and all that kind of stuff. So you can go from there. So yeah, that mesh cleanup. So basically, what probably happened is at some point you picked the edge and did an extrude edge, but then didn't move it, and you had a faces with zero area in there that were mucking up your attempt to do the connection there. So keep moving forward with that. Legs look good. Keep shaping those. Shoes are looking pretty good. I might put some more holding edges like I've been showing with some of the other on some of the other, I didn't mean to do that, some of the other critiques, because that'll help square off the bottom there and the corners and stuff, and probably do that here and here. If you compare these side by side, whoops, you can see you're getting a little bit more shape on there, although it's not that different. But look at the heel, for example. Yeah, the shoes are looking. I might round out the front of this a little bit. Might use like a soft select for that. Make that a little bigger. Move this forward. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Whoops. Let's do a smaller. Yeah, more like that. That might be too much, but anyway, I'll round that out a bit. But yeah, otherwise that's looking good. This is the wrong. Not sure how this green thing happened, but I'm just going to try to right mouse click, assign existing material, Lambert 1. That goes away. Yeah, the hand looks pretty good. I think you've shaped it nicely. I think the bottom here is too flat, and you should shape out, this area here. The topology is all really good, but also the top's a bit flat, and you might want to pull out the wrist. So I think it needs to be kind of thicker and fatter, and getting some of these shapes here, but all the topology looks like it's built really well. Oh, and get rid of all those ridges in there, so you're going to want to work on that shape a little bit on the bottom to flatten that out. But yeah, otherwise looking good. Next one is Xenon, and I just wanted to point out the naming convention here. If you look at the you know, we like to get your name in the file name. So, and this is just named ch. So try to do that in future. Okay, so yeah, it looks like you're pretty early on here, but you maybe got an extra edge in here. That's looking a little tight. Just B for soft select, turn that off. I might get rid of that edge on both sides. But yeah, this looks like a good start to this and a good start to everything else. You just need to keep going, you know, do the circularize thing here. I mean, really just, you know, just follow the videos, you know, and kind of keep going. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. It's just there's not much to critique because you kind of haven't finished all the videos. So keep going on this, and please do let me know if you have any questions.